Hello, welcome back to my bullet journal channel and welcome to 2025. I know for you guys it's been a couple weeks, but for me it's New Year's Day. So it's the first day of the new year and I'm very excited to take you guys along with me as I reset for 2025. I like to do this every year just to get my head in the right space before we start out the next 365 days of our lives, not to be dramatic. Today we're going to be doing bullet journal planning. We're going to be goal setting, vision boarding, and just planning out the year so we can all start on the right foot. And I also have a goal setting template that I offer for free on my website. I will talk about it a little more later in this video, but if you want that resource, I'll also link it down below. Again, completely free if you want to use it. So with that being said, let's head over to my bullet journal and start planning for the new year. So the first step is setting up my bullet journal for 2025. So I thought that while I filled out my first couple spreads, I could walk you guys through the process of what people in the bullet journaling world call the migration system. And that's really ironic that I'm saying that as I open to a page of a bird. But the migration system in bullet journaling is basically taking things from yearly to monthly to weekly, maybe even quarterly or daily spreads. I've mentioned this in my video where I taught you guys how to start a bullet journal, the ultimate guide for how to start. I'll link that video down below if you need more explanations, but basically we make our spreads in our bullet journal right before things happen. So I make my January bullet journal spread at the end of December, right before January. I make my new weekly spread Sunday before that week starts. So what I like to do is have big places for collecting dates further in advance, and then I move those dates into the later spreads, like a monthly calendar or a weekly spread, whenever those spreads are made and completed closer to that day. If that seems a little confusing, I totally understand. I will show you what I'm doing in just a second. Now, obviously the first spread, I don't have anything to fill out here, but this next spread is the future log. And this is basically the yearly overview spread, except it only goes for 6 months because I usually only use 6 months in every bullet journal. As of the time of recording this video, I only have my January setup finished in my bullet journal. None of these other months are already set up. So if I have a date, for example, in April or May that I want to keep track of, but I don't have the spread set up to put them in yet, I'll write the dates right here, and then whenever the month does come around, I'll transfer these dates to the monthly calendar or to the weekly spread whenever those are finally completed. Now, I do have a list of dates on my computer off camera that I want to mark here, so I'm just going to fill in the future log with a bunch of big dates that I need to keep track of going into the first 6 months of 2025. All right, so I filled in all the dates for my future log. You'll notice that a lot of these are really just birthdays and anniversaries, things like that. Later in the semester, I probably will have more like exam dates to put in here, especially around finals time in May. If I have any doctor's appointments, I'll drop those in as well. Things like that. This is definitely a spread that I can come back and edit as the year goes on, but for now, this is a good start, and I have plenty of room in each month to add more days. Now, the next spread is my reading tracker and my period tracker. Now, it is currently the first of the year, so I don't have anything to track over here. I have not finished a book yet this year, but the first book I am going to finish, I'm currently halfway through. So although I cannot put a date as far as the date that I finished this book, I can put God of Malice as the first book that I've read this year. If you guys don't follow me on my book channel, you definitely should. It's called Sophie Joe. I post a lot of reading vlogs and book updates, wrap-ups, things like that, and you will hear all of my thoughts on this book, but let me just tell you ahead of time, I am not enjoying it. Whenever I have the finished dates, the star rating, I'll edit that, and all the other ones down the list as well. And again, when I have my period, I can always mark that over here. So that is the end of my opening setup in my journal. As you can see, it really does match with the bird on the front and then this little art design on the last spread. If you haven't seen my opening setup that I made a video about, I will have it linked down below, as well as the setup for my January theme, which is right here. So this I'm really actually super excited about, guys. I can't keep it contained. I think this looks so good. I'm very happy with this cover page, but this is the first month of my bullet journal for 2025. And as you can see, I have a monthly calendar here. So here's where step 2 of the migration process comes in. All of the dates that I put in my future log, where is it? My future log right here. These dates can be moved now into my calendar. Now you might think to yourself, is it a little redundant to put the dates here for them just to be moved like 10 seconds later? Yes, however, I don't have my setups for the rest of these months done yet. So until I make those setups, they have a holding place here, and that makes planning very easy for me going into the future. But I will just move these couple of dates into my calendar right now. Whenever I have something that spans over multiple days, like my trip to Nashville, I like to draw these like horizontal lines at the bottom of the calendar boxes just to indicate that the trip is a little longer than just like one single day. It spans over the course of multiple days. My handwriting is really not great in today's video, unfortunately, but you guys get the picture. So this is just a general overview of my month. Because I don't move back to college until the 16th and classes doesn't start until the 21st, a lot of this is very open-ended as far as what I'm doing, and I'm taking quite a few trips this month. But whenever classes do start, these last 2 weeks, in January, I'm probably gonna be very, very busy. So I have plenty of room to add more things once those 2 weeks bulk up. Now, moving into the rest of the January spread, I first have my trackers page over here. Now, because it is the first, I can fill out these trackers. So have I read the Bible yet today? No, but I will probably later. Water, yes. Vitamins, no, I need to go take that. And let me just fill in these last ones as well. And then I don't have anything to mark as far as expenses go yet. And even if I did, I wouldn't do it on camera. So let's go on to the last spread, which is my first weekly spread of the month. And let me actually get these bookmarks out of the way here. Now this weekly spread is a little different because as I explained in my January Plan With Me, which again, you should go watch it if you haven't seen it, I actually did the first 16 days of the month. It wasn't just the first 2 weeks because I moved back to college on the 16th. And so I figured I might as well just do all the days until I move back in one big spread. So this is a Dutch store right here with 16 days in it. Now I think it's funny, I didn't mention this in the video, but I think that this like space up here with my long to-do list looks a little bit like the American flag, which is quite unfortunate, but I didn't mean for it to look like that. So just kind of pretend it doesn't look like that. I'm sorry if I put that image in your head now that you can't get it out of your head, but that's not important. What I want to put here are any of the dates from my calendar. So as you can see, I have New Year's Day, which is today. Not really much to put down there. And then my trip to Nashville. So what I'm gonna put is on the 5th, which is right here, I'm going to put fly to Nashville. And this is me moving my dates from the calendar or the monthly to the weekly. So once again, we're taking those big picture spreads and bringing them down into the small and detailed spreads and just migrating those dates along. I fly back from Nashville on the 10th, so I'm gonna put fly home from Nashville. And to be honest, I can probably just put Nashville in all of these boxes because I don't know what I'm gonna be doing yet. I'm going to see my best friend and visit her, but we really don't have much planned. We're just gonna like chill for a couple days. But I do just wanna make it clear that the reason that these boxes are pretty empty are because they are not in town. Now today I will just put a couple things in here that I already did today. So I'll do film a needle and thread, which I did. I'm filming this video. I need to do some editing, some thumbnails, clean house, things like that. Now tomorrow I'm having a sleepover with my friends. I'm also hanging out with my other friends down on Saturday. And as far as the rest of the week, nothing is really set in stone. It's very much up in the air things. Now, I am gonna add a couple things to my to-do list over here. So I'm gonna put edit a Nat video because these are things that need to get done this week before I leave, but I don't really have a specific day to put them on. I also want to schedule content for my Mingo Studio channel and my Sophie Joe book channel. Now, this is the last spread that I have written in my bullet journal at all. So when I make any more spreads, I will continue to do this process of migrating. But as of right now, I feel pretty comfortable with my planning for the year, and I'm really, really excited to get started in the first weeks of January. Okay, we're back. Hello. So I wanted to talk to you guys next about goal planning. Now, before I get into it, I do want to mention that I have, like I said earlier, a goal planning PDF for free on my website. It's basically just a PDF with multiple sheets on it that walks you through planning goals in different pillars of your life, like spiritual, personal, academic, work, things like that. You think of big concepts and then break them down into actionable, trackable steps. That way you can actually make sure that they get accomplished by the end of the year. So if you want that PDF, again, for the last time, it's completely free, okay? I'll have it down below if you want to check it out. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys my Notion page on my computer because I do all of my goals planning digitally. Now, I'm not gonna lie, for 2024, I was terrible at goal planning. I mean, I planned it well. That's a lie. I planned it well. I just didn't actually stick to it. I don't think I even made any goals tracking spreads in my blue whale journal that I used for the last half of 2024. I never came a reference to this Notion page at all. So going into 2025, I want to give myself grace, recognize that I'm not really in a point in my life right now where I'm very strict about goal planning and sticking to it. I'm kind of just trying to take things as they go, live in the moment, which is fine. Everyone's changing and adapting. So I am going to set goals today, but I think they're just going to be smaller amounts, smaller quantities, not too much pressure, and not too intensive as far as keeping keeping up with the goals in my Notion page, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start a screen recording. All right, we've started. And this is the first page on my Notion. At the top, we have my word of the year. This is very similar to last year's, and I think also probably the one for 2023, but I use the same thing every year because it just makes it easier. It took me a while to set up. Now that it's set up and it looks great, why would I want to change it? You know what I'm saying? So I have my word of the year at the top. I have a bucket list over here that I can fill in on this page. I have a link to a vision board. This goes to Pinterest. I actually have nothing in this board yet because I'm going to be vision boarding later in this video. So we'll come back to this, but that's where it will be linked eventually. Now, scrolling down, I have my 5 pillars of goals. For me, this is spiritual, personal, relationships, career, and academic while I am still in university. So each one of these pages, when I click on it, has more information inside. I have this whole tracker thing that I set up. I wish I could tell you how I did it. I don't remember, but I basically set it up that way. I have this progress bar at the top and I can put the total amount of units here. Like for example, if I have 3 goals that I want to track in my personal category, whenever I complete each goal, I'll come up here to the completed units and type in like 1. And then this bar comes across and now we see that we are 33% of the way through completing all of my personal goals for the year, if that makes sense. Now, again, I wish I could tell you how I did this. I don't remember, but if I can find the video that I used as a tutorial for myself, I'll link it down below so you guys can also follow that same video. On the right here, I have a list of where I could put all of my goals. And then if we go back to the main page here, when I scroll down even further, I also have these quarterly check-ins. Now I'm gonna be so for real. I didn't fill out a single one of these last year. If you click on like the January one, this is supposed to be filled out at the end of every quarter. And I'm supposed to put the word of last quarter, achievements, struggles, things like that. In concept, in theory, great idea, but to be honest, I never touched these, so I'm just gonna delete them. I have no time in my schedule to have extra priorities and extra things for planning that I don't really use and I don't really like need. So I'm actually just gonna delete this entire gallery view. There, it's done. And now my goals page is literally just these boxes and then the links up here. So much more simplified. Now I'm gonna be so for real. I haven't really thought much about my goal planning like specifics for the year yet. I have a couple of general things that I think I wanna do, but definitely not everything has been thought out yet, and I think I need to give myself a couple days to really work through and make myself like maybe 2 bullet points, maybe 3 in each category. Like I said, I really don't want to go overboard and pressure myself. I have a tendency to write too many goals and then just never actually accomplish them and then feel very defeated at the end of it. So I think this year I'm really going to try to just be very minimal with my goals, but I can put a couple on here that I already know that I do every single year. So I'm going to go into the personal page, go down to goals, and I'm going to put 65 books and 25,000 pages. Now, this is my reading goal for the year. Like I said earlier, I do have a reading channel. So I've been reading a lot more since I started that YouTube channel, that second channel. Whereas my goal last year was to read 50 books, I actually read 75, which was awesome. So because of that, I'm upping my goal this year from 50 books and 18,000 pages to 65 books and 25,000 pages because I read like 30,000 last year. So I'm still giving myself a little bit of grace and wiggle room, but I've just really been enjoying reading recently. So I think I will definitely achieve at least most of this goal. Now I do have tracking on my Goodreads and Storygraph app to make sure that I'm, keeping up with these reading challenges. So I don't have to put a lot here, but just to kind of demonstrate what I could do is do a little tab under the main goals section. And I could maybe write, 15 books, 30 books, 45 books, 60 books. And then every time that I check one of these off, we're getting closer and closer and closer to finally checking off the main goal, right? This is ways that you could break down a bigger goal into smaller actionable steps. Now I'm just going to make up another goal just to give other examples of this because again, I need to think more about my personal goals for what I want to accomplish this year, but maybe I want to, let's just say for example, I want to get into therapy this year. So I could say as my main goal, start going to therapy, right? This is a very broad goal, a very big concept that's very intimidating. So the actionable steps, this could be like research therapist, contact insurance company about coverage, try out 3 therapists, commit to 1, go to a month of sessions, things like this, right? So these are smaller things. Can I type? Hello? These are smaller steps that are more actionable, more trackable, that you can definitely cross off. And that way you're slowly working towards that big goal, but you don't have to say like, go to therapy. And then it's like November and you're like, well, I haven't done it yet. You know what I'm saying? This is essentially what my goal setting PDF does. It walks you through this process of like making smaller actionable steps to achieve bigger goals and then tracking it along the way. This is just the digitized version that I have in my Notion, but if you want to do it physically, again, PDF is available. I've mentioned that so many times in this video already, but you guys get the point. So this is what I'm doing for goals. Now, let's just say that these are my 2 goals. Again, therapy one is not a goal for me. 20, but let's just say it was. I'll put total units are 2, and then completed units are 0. But whenever I actually do complete a unit, I could change that to 1, and that'd be 50% of the way through, etc. And this also reflects down here on this bar under the personal category. So it's really cool that it's just very visible for you, or for me, I guess. And yeah, I definitely want to go through and add more goals, but I'm gonna do that on my own time so as not to waste yours. The last thing I could do is put my word of the year up here. I'm still thinking about what I want to make it. I'm not quite sure yet. Last year was connection. I really liked that goal. I feel like I made a lot of new connections. This year, I probably should work a lot on like my professional goals, which are really kind of, I don't want to, but I kind of have to. I'm going into my second semester of sophomore year of college right now in January, so I'm gonna be a junior by the end of this year, which is crazy to think about, but it's true. I probably should put something like career focused as my word of the year, internships, things like that, but I'm still debating on what I want it to be yet. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'll put something there eventually. Now let's talk 2025 bucket list, because this is just the fun stuff. What do I want to do this year? Last year I had girls trip on this list, and I did go on a girls trip with my friends. It was super fun. I do it every year, and I'm doing it again this year. I also want to try acrylic markers this year because I have a couple sets that I've been gifted in the mail, and I have never actually used them in art before, so that's on my bucket list. What else? How about go to a museum? Get a library card, maybe? I don't know. I can add more things to this, but this is just like a temporary list for right now. The last thing I want to talk about is a vision board. Like I said, I have this vision board linked here to my Pinterest, but nothing is here yet. Now I'm actually gonna get with my friends this weekend and vision board with them. So I'm gonna put now the footage of me adding pictures to this vision board, and then I think I'm gonna make a new wallpaper because my current wallpaper on my computer is my vision board from last year, but I want to update it for sure. So I'll put that footage here of me updating this and making my vision board for 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me on this planning day. I know I always love just spending a little bit of time getting my life organized. As always, subscribe to my channel because I post new bullet journaling videos every single Saturday. And once again, in case you haven't done it yet, if you are interested, okay, I have my free goal setting PDF linked below. All right, I won't mention it anymore. I'm done, I promise, okay? I love you guys so much. Have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next Saturday.